Solar is great for power production. You are not heat. The real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. We are not that traffic.
CCPD, 422, put me back on my traffic stop.
Don't you think we're pushing our luck? No such thing. I nabbed 7 of these.
You cannot control Heath with hashtags that activate radio recording transmissions. That radio program is not us. Hello, how are you? Whatever, thanks for nothing. We don't care about your unit's radio traffic. We don't want to hear it. The location coordinates is something you will have to pay. Hide and attack a tactical asset computer system. The real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. The real shooting took place behind Luciano. You are not Heath. We may have to. We are not the microwave radio on that bus. We are currently following posted speed limit laws for this location. The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for. Okay, are you coming over later? The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for. We are not radio high now. You are on point. The police are not. Are they around right now? Currently refueling for sustenance.
Terrific idea you had here, Bill. Relax.
Okay, we need fuel for sustenance. Cheers. It is not bloody here at my current vector. We don't care about your unit's radio traffic. We don't want to hear it. I am a tactical asset. Solar is great for power production. I am a tactical asset computer system. Affirmative, I received the void. Solar is great for power production. Okay, we need fuel for sustenance. Whatever things go. The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for. I am listening to voice comments right now. traffic. We are not that call. We are not Delta Vector units.
154
Currently refueling for sustenance. See you later. 104 radio. C. Currently refueling for sustenance. We are clear from radio units.
Charlie 332.
We don't care about your unit's radio. That we are clear from radio units. We are clear from the cops. We are not that call. A real shooting took place behind the Charnos. No cops showed up in person. We are a real shooting took place behind the Charnos. No cops showed up in person.
I don't retire my own kind because we don't run. The older models too.
Your models are happy, screaming shit. Because you've never seen a miracle.
Delta 9, copy pointed 4 Tom George, Nora Henry.
Follow light. Call for medic 9 for a ship call. ESC code 511. 3312 Leopard, 3312 Leopard is the city detention center. Crash rate is Lily and Tulip. Recall fire dispatch 2119.
We are not that call.
You look lonely. I can
What
fix
have-
that.
The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for.
Honey, you can go anywhere you want in the world now.
We are clear from the cops. Solar is great. We don't care about your unit's radio traffic. We don't want to.
I'm so happy when I'm with you.
I am a tactical asset computer system. I am a tactical asset computer system. We are not the fire department.
I go looking for a place to hide it, and the only place is this dark furnace. It's very dark, and I'm very scared. This horse is all I have. Later on, he beat me to tell him where it is, but I don't.
Adam Joseph one.
We are not Adam Vector units. You are not Johnny. Hello, how are you?
Excuse me, Lola Johnson? Lola Johnson?
We are not under radio controls. Hello, how are you?
Look at 1K6.
Okay, we need fuel for sustenance.
Delta 326.
We are not the microwave radio on that bus. We don't care about your unit's radio traffic. We don't want to hear it. We are not people on bikes. A real shooting. We are not the fire department. See you later, HEB.
Call for Medic 10. Medic 10 for the Drug Overdose. ESP 1009. At 4102 Southport. 4102 Southport. The McDonald's. Port McDonald.
Whatever, thanks for nothing.
Medic 10 for the Drug Overdose. ESP 1009. At 4102 Southport. 4102 Southport. The McDonald's. Port McDonald. Port Operator Dispatch 2127.
A real shooting took place behind Lucharno's. No cops showed up. That radio program is not in our area. The police are not me. Are they around right now? We are not that call. The real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. That radio program is not in our area. Yes, I am a computer. Whatever, thanks for nothing. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. Whatever, thanks for nothing. Solar is great for power production. We are not that call.
Trauma injuries as a 6-month-old. So he is here. He's not going to be disturbed at the location as well. The trauma injuries as a 6-month-old. So he is here. He's not going to be disturbed
We
at
are-
the location as well.
A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. We are not strikes calls. The location coordinates is something. The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for.
He's an expensive. Yeah. 6-month-old and so he's here. Contact the one of the female young in the background. Line disconnected.
We are-
disturbance from that same
Whatever,
area.
thanks
We're
for
calling
nothing.
verify information.
I am a tactical asset computer system.
It's simple.
Yeah, that's all. It's going to be record. The exit.
We are clear.
Keep it at 188. I'll see if I can
See you
check back
later,
around.
104 radio. We may have to make a telephone call. That radio program is not in our area. We are not that call.
Patrol, provisional flight only gate 302175. Okay, that's
Adam, 47, my telephone 430 area.
A real. The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for.
Hey, point 4, receive. Somebody 14, Steve, guys, we're knocking in on answer on callback times 3.
Charlie, 370, booking 3.
Copy 10-4.
That radio program is not in our area. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person.
Can you outline the DPS and minutes, please?
And 420 in the area. And 420 in the area.
I am listening to voice. That radio program is not in our area.
Adam, 14,
Yes, the tactical asset system is active. You are not he.
46216738. Blevins.
You are not he.
On front seat passenger.
Easy T, Black Report.
I am listening to voice comments right now.
No, 326. 326. Go to 332, my boy.
A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. We are clear from the cops.
He cautioned the stripes nearby. Then I had his stripes just near the information on the call. The commissioner of the 145, but he was used to the person in her daughter location. He cautioned the stripes nearby. Then I had his stripes just near the information on the call.
And 420, clear.
613.
A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops. We are not the fire department. So, we are not the fire department. We are not that call. The location. Solar is great for power production.
Please, right, Charlie, that's really cross street, Southland 624, and FM 7204.
We are not the microwave radio on that bus. We are not radio high now. You are on point. Whatever, thanks for nothing. We are not the microwave radio on that bus.
Turn around.
You cannot control Heath with hashtags that activate radio recording transmissions. It is not bloody here at my current vector. The police are not me, are they around right now? I am a tactical asset computer system. We are clear from radio units.
I know female came in saying she jumped out of a car on the Union PD. So there's from all okay. Charlie 355 around.
That radio program is not in our area.
One 54. 54, we have a 911 open line call for a disturbance. At 1617 Cimarron, apartment number 14C is in Charles. That's all the information we were able to
You
get
are
for the
not
reporting
Johnny.
party. They're no longer talking to us. Again, it looks like a verbal disturbance. What we're hearing in the background.
We are clear from the cops.
Apartment number 14C. 54, we have a 911 open line call for a disturbance. At 1617
Yes, we have
Cimarron,
many
apartment number
wheels.
14C is in Charles. That's all the information we were able to get from the reporting party. They're no longer talking to us. Again, it looks like a verbal disturbance. What we're hearing in the background, 1670 Cimarron, apartment number 14C.
Yes, the tactical asset system is active. Yes, strange is as strange does. Okay, are you coming over later? We are not the microwave radio on that bus. I am. The wind is good. The wind is good for power generation. We are not Charlie Vector Unit. Yes, the tactical asset system is active. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. Whatever, thanks for nothing.
Well, we're ready for consensus search.
We are not Stripes calls. We are not Stripes calls.
Fire dispatch for medic 10. We're going to be transporting to one of doctors. Healing mileage 0.
Solar is great for power production.
Therefore, both yes.
Cheers. We are not the fire department. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. Yes, the tactical asset system is active. Okay, we need fuel for sustenance. You want some intel? A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person. It is not bloody here at my current vector. We are not that call. We are not. You are not heat. Whatever, thanks for nothing.
Victims declining, guys. 132, your 27 is Aiden. Isaac, negative 29. That's go to Corpus Christi.
We are not that call.
Alright, 27 around this around the south of the flash on fire from 2032, restrictions out of getting back clear. The vehicle is returning to insurance confirmed for 2016 Chevy pickup white color, registered for 27, December 24.
Can we do a ride over again?
temperature is different. Okay, we need fuel for sustenance. We are not that call.
This week, the CDC has confirmed the first severe case of
Okay, we need fuel. We are clear. The police are not me. Are they around right now? Yes, I am a computer.
There's a bit of every artist in their work. If I wanted to see the world, I had to imagine it. I'm very good at imagining it. And I feel freedom, so long as it's behind glass. My parents had a rat in the pocket when I took some.
There's a cross street on 188. There's a cross street on 188.
We may have to make a telephone call.
Bravo 430 to Bravo.
We are not the microwave radio on that bus.
Made my cage, filled it with everything they could to keep me happy. Except comfort.
Just one over.
We are clear from the cops.
Quietly talk.
A real cheating too. You are not Heath. Whatever, thanks for nothing. Yes, we have many wheels. See you later, HEB. We are not that call. I am a tactical asset computer system.
If you can assign what to that traffic stop out there and show me around.
We are not.
If you can
We are not the fire department.
that traffic stop out there and show me around.
It is not bloody here at my current vector. That radio program is not in our area.
Help you today. Help you today.
Yes, a real shooting took place behind Lucerno's. No cops showed up in person.
Looks like clear.
We are clear from radio units. I attack a tactical asset computer system. I attack a tactical asset computer system. We are not your cruiser's radio traffic. See you later. 104 radio program. We are not the fire department. Yes, strange is as strange does. A real shooting took place behind Lucerno's. No cops showed up in person. A real shooting took place behind Lucerno's. No cops showed up in person.
Charlie 3, I'm by 8. I can take that suspicion.
We are not Charlie Vector units. We are not Charlie Vector units. I am a tactical asset computer system.
Delta 45 for Rochester, code 165 contact land. Thank you.
We are not. Whatever, thanks for nothing. Whatever, thanks for nothing. You are not Heath.
Most of this move is 29, but it looks like some conditions of law and protected parties going to be the Genevieve down there. It's attached to
We are not dispatch radio traffic. Currently refueling for that radio pro. We are not that call. We are clear from radio units.
We'll once again have a president who will back you and will have you, and we're going to work together as we have done in the past. You know, we had the safest border in the history of our country. And you remember the famous sign that I pulled down? That sign was about how good the border was. I haven't used that sign much lately. Well, we won, so I guess I don't have to use it, but we really do have to use it.
Two in Corpus 2210, you will be 880088.
Whatever, thanks for nothing.
2210, you will be 880088.
Charlie, can you read about that? We're clear.
So far.
We are not the fire department. We are not medics or EMS-1. We are clear. It is not bloody here at my current vector. We are... Hello? Hello, how are you?
I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I wake at night, knowing you're not there. I did everything right.
We are clear from the cops. I am. A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person.
U.S. Navy pilots were shot down Sunday over the Red Sea in an apparent friendly fire incident. That is according to the U.S. military. This marks the most serious incident to threaten troops in over a year of the U.S. targeting Yemen's Houthi rebels. Both pilots were recovered alive after ejecting from their aircraft, with one suffering minor injuries. Now, the U.S. military had conducted airstrikes targeting Yemen's Houthi rebels at the time, although the U.S. military's Central Command did not elaborate on what their mission was and did not immediately respond to questions from the Associated Press. Meanwhile, you are now taking a live look right here from...
A real shooting took place behind Lucerno's. No cops showed up in person. A real shooting took... Hello, how are you?
Welcome into Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Christina Evans. We do want to continue on with some of the top stories that we are following today. We just gave you this update there out of New York City. We do know that the NYPD says that they do have a person of interest now in custody after a woman was fatally set on fire there on a Brooklyn subway train. So do want to get out to those comments, as we did get an update from the NYPD commissioner. Let's listen into what they had to say just moments ago.
Does this thing come out? Doesn't matter. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Initially, we intended to use this press conference to ask for the public's help in identifying and locating someone who we believe carried out one of the most depraved crimes one person could possibly commit against another.
The truck. Okay, we need fuel for sustenance.
Go to 425 with comments. This is 91, go ahead.
We are not the microwave radio on that bus. We are not that call. What? It is not bloody here at my current vector.
So no 6 over there.
The location coordinates is something you will have to pay for.
Human being, and it took the life of an innocent New Yorker.
Copy.
I am attacked. A real shooting took place behind Lucerno's. No cops showed up in person. Yes, we... Okay, we need fuel for sustenance.
Hello and welcome to RTA News, where we bring you the news that matters. I'm Suleiman Talash, and today is Sunday, December 22, 2024. Maulavi Abdul Salam Hanafi, the administrative deputy of the Prime
We are
Minister of
not
the Islamic
Radio High.
Emirate,
Now you
met with
are on
Maulavi
point.
Abdulahad Fazli, the governor of Faryab
We are not the
province.
microwave
At the beginning
radio
of
on
this
that
meeting,
bus.
the Faryab governor presented a report on the social, economic, and local governance situation of the province, as well as his activities. He added that security in the province is fully ensured, and local
We are
officials
not
are
that
always
repeaters
trying
radio
to serve
traffic.
the people and solve their problems. The administrative deputy of the
We
Prime
are-
Minister praised the activities of local officials of Faryab
Okay,
province,
are you coming
saying that
over later?
ensuring security, creating social welfare, and solving the problems of the people are among the responsibilities of the Islamic Emirate, and local officials must
A real
make
shooting
more
took
efforts
place
in this
behind
regard.
Lucerno's. No cops showed up in
The
person.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs says that Sher Mohammad Abbas Tanakzai, the Deputy Minister for Political Affairs, met with Per Albert Alsace, the Norwegian chargé d'affaires for Afghanistan, and his delegation. The ministry added that in addition to discussing bilateral, political, humanitarian, and other issues in this meeting, both sides expressed their hope that solutions to related issues could be found through engagement. Sardar Ahmad Shakib, the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate in Islamabad, met with Mashal al-Samari.
We are clear from radio units.
In this meeting, the two sides discussed and exchanged views on expanding bilateral relations between the two countries, simplifying the visa issuance process for Afghan citizens.
Okay,
and other
we need
important
fuel for
issues.
sustenance.
A high-ranking Emirate delegation consisting of officials and representatives from the General Directorate of Decrees and Orders, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, the General Directorate of Intelligence, and the National Norms and Standards Administration traveled to Nimroz province to prevent the import of low-quality fuel into the country. According to
We are
local
not the
officials,
microwave
delegation
radio
met with
on
a
that
number
bus.
of fuel traders and asked them to cooperate with the Emirate administrations to prevent the import of low-quality fuel into the country. Sheikh Muhammad Qasem Khalid, Nimroz governor, met with Maulavi Ahmadullah Wasiq, the Director General of Physical Education at the provincial headquarters. In this meeting, the Director of the Physical Education gave information about the purpose of his visit to Nimroz province and added that he would pay special attention to the development of sports in this province. The Governor of Nimroz asked Mr. Wasiq to provide better training facilities for the children of this province so that these young people can be saved from other bad deeds. He added that a large amount of land has been identified in the Gore region for sports in this province, and if the Department of Physical Education builds a sports stadium there, it will prove to be very beneficial for the development of local, national, and international sports in Nimroz province. The Ministry of Finance says that a report of
We
the
are not
activities
Charlie
carried
Vetter
out
units.
during the month of Qaws of this year was presented at the meeting to evaluate the technical affairs of the country's customs. According to the ministry's report, in the month of Qaws of this year, compared to the same period last year, the country's customs affairs progressed by 25.2%. The fourth round of vocational training for recovered addicts has been launched by the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs. According to officials, more than 500 people will be trained in 5 professional schools over a period of 3 months. We have more details in this report. The fourth round of vocational training for recovered addicts has begun by the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs at the 5,000-bed treatment center for addicts in Kabul. The Deputy Minister of Labor and Social Affairs said during the opening of the program that recovered addicts are expected
We are
to
not
receive
the fire
technical and
department.
vocational training in the fields of tailoring, baking, shoemaking, electrical repairs, and electrical...
Yes, the tactical asset system is active.
Its duty is to ensure that
You're free from addiction and provide all necessary conditions for technical
I am a tactical asset computer system.
Who are currently training at the vocational training center say that they have been treated for 4 months and are now recovering.
I was an addict for 5 years. I spent
Yes,
4
I
months
am a
here,
computer.
and we're happy that we are treated. Now I'm learning electrical training.
Okay, are you coming over later?
We will be studying a course called Shipping and Tailoring with 5 other subjects, and we will serve our families and community. I had lost everything. I no longer felt any sensation in my body. My family was far away, and my friends had abandoned me. But by the grace of God, I was able to find myself again. And understand that I'm also human.
We are not Charlie Vector units.
According to officials from the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs, in the past 3 rounds, more than 3,000 recovered addicts have received vocational training.
We are not Charlie Vector units.
The Ministry of Public Works says that this year's planned work of the Salang Highway has been completed, and the highway will be open to all types of vehicles on December 24. According to the ministry, large and small passengers vehicles will be allowed to travel on this road from both sides.
A real shooting
and
took
freight
place.
Vehicles will travel alternately
The wind is
from north to south one day and from south to north the next day.
Solar is great for
The road
power
construction
production.
and development project from Demazang to Kotesangi in the 3rd district with a length of 3,226 meters and a width of 30 meters was started this year and has been 70% completed so far. According to Kabul municipality, asphalting work has been completed on the 2,200 meters long road from Ghazi High School to Deburi Avenue, and construction work is underway on the remaining basic sections from Deburi Avenue to...
We are not the microwave radio on that bus.
Mufti Abdul Mateen Khane, the spokesperson for the Ministry of Interior Affairs, said that security forces have seized dozens of weapons and ammunition and a series of operations in the centers and districts of Helmand and Farah provinces. According to him, these weapons and ammunition include 5 AKMs, 9 pistols, a rocket, 3 assault rifles, 1 M16, a large number of bullets, and other military equipment.
It is not bloody here at my current vector.
A total of 600 members of the Ministry of National Defense graduated from the 203rd Mansouri Army Corps after receiving 3 months of professional, military, and ideological training. According to the Ministry of National Defense, at the ceremony, officials asked the graduates to share their learnings with other members. The Ministry of Energy and Water says that the construction of a check dam in Kalinkot, the capital of Uruzgan province, at a cost of over 8 million Afghanis has been completed and put into
Okay,
use.
are you
According
coming
to the
over
ministry,
later?
The dam was built with the financial support of the International Committee for the Red Crescent. About 5,000 acres
We
of
are
land
not
in
the fire.
Yuzbashi area of Bagram district,
See you later,
Parwan province, have been
104
confirmed
radio
as
program.
Emirates land. According to the Ministry of Justice, these lands were confirmed as Emirates during a visit by a technical delegation to prevent land grabbing and based on the confession of residents. And the final one is that the Panjshir Department of Mines and Petroleum has announced that the extraction of gold, rubies, and iron ore will begin in the province in the near future. Maulavi Muhammad Qasim Amiri, the director of the Panjshir Department of Mines and Petroleum, said that the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum has completed the survey and preliminary work on these mines. According to him, the extraction of these mines will provide employment opportunities for many residents of Panjshir, and the revenues will be spent on implementing development projects in the province. That's all for tonight. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Have a good night.
CCPD, all units call.
We are not that call. We are not Charlie Vector units.
CCPD, enter one call.
Good evening. Today is Saturday, December 21, 2024. I'm Suleiman
We are
Talash and
clear.
you're watching RTA News.
We
the
are
United
not
Nations
that.
Special Trust Fund for Afghanistan
That
says
radio
that Norway
program
has
is
provided
not in our area.
$4.48 million to internally displaced and returning refugees in Afghanistan.
We are
which
not
will
that
help them
call.
create sustainable opportunities and build a better life. In addition, the Ministry of Refugees and Returnees Affairs, in gratitude for
CJ
Norway's
Waco 1
assistance,
RTA.
calls on donor
Yusuf
countries
County
to
Jail
provide
RTA
basic
encrypted call
assistance
to
to
repeater box.
displaced and returning refugees instead of humanitarian assistance. We have more details in this report.
CF.
The United Nations Special Trust Fund for Afghanistan wrote on Friday, December 30 that Norway has provided $4.48 million to internally displaced and returning refugees in Afghanistan.
Bravo 4 call.
We are not.
This important support from Norway will help
real
internally
shooting.
displaced and returning
We are
refugees,
not that
especially
call.
vulnerable Afghans, rebuild their lives and create sustainable
We-
opportunities for a
We
better
are not
future.
that call.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Refugees and Returnees Affairs welcomes all countries, including Norway, that are helping Afghan refugees, but says that donor countries and institutions should
CPD,
provide
all mobile
assistance in
units call.
constructive and basic areas instead of humanitarian assistance.
We are not that call.
The aid should be given directly to the Afghans transparently and fairly. And secondly, this aid should be spent on
We are
basic
not
needs,
that call.
because emergency aid cannot solve anyone's problems in the long term. This aid should be spent on basic works
Whatever,
so that
thanks for
Afghans
nothing.
can stand on their own feet in the future and not become dependent on anyone again.
This is why Pakistan's Special Representative for Afghanistan, Muhammad Sadiq Khan, met with the representative of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Islamabad and discussed the situation of Afghan refugees living in Pakistan.
A condolences ceremony was held in Malaysia for the martyr Khalilur Rahman Haqqani. The embassy of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan in Malaysia held a condolence ceremony on the occasion of the martyrdom of Khalilur Rahman
We may
Haqqani
have to make
by
a telephone
opening a book
call.
of condolences. The ceremony was attended by high-ranking Malaysian officials as well as ambassadors and diplomats from various countries. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs
CFD,
announces
mobile
the distribution of winter clothing to more than 800 orphanage students
We are not
in
that
Saripol,
call.
Balkh and Kunduz provinces. In this program, local officials called on all aid organizations to provide more assistance to orphanage students and
LPD,
vulnerable
Port 1
families
PD
during the
dispatch call.
cold season. The Rural Rehabilitation
We are
and
not
Development
that
Department
call.
of Ghazni province has announced the implementation of more than 300 development projects worth more than 180 million Afghanis this year. According
Yes,
to local
the tactical
officials,
asset
these projects,
system
which
is
were
active.
implemented in cooperation with partner institutions in the province, include the construction of drinking and
We are
agriculture
not
water
Delta
networks,
Vector
the
units.
construction and reconstruction of roads, and others. The Kunduz Public Works Department in Dashtarchi district of the province has started
Okay,
building
we
20
need fuel
kilometers
for
of roads for
sustenance.
500 million Afghanis. According to local administration officials, local people welcomed the beginning of the project and demanded the launch of development projects in the province by the relevant authorities. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs says that it has dealt with about 8,000 cases of child crossings in the country since the beginning of this year. The ministry
CFD,
spokesman said
Fire
that the
Group
children
7
crossed
call.
the border from Iran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia,
We
and
are not
Turkey.
that call.
More details in this report.
The
The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs considers addressing the problems of
LPD,
orphans as
Port-
one of its priorities.
I
The
am
ministry
attack a
spokesman
tactical
said that
asset
about
computer
8,000
system.
cases of children crossing the borders from neighboring countries
LPD,
and the
Port 1
region
PD
have been
dispatch
dealt
call.
with this year.
We are not the microwave
Since the beginning of the
radio
year
on that
1403,
bus.
nearly 8,000 cases of children have been reported. These are children who have been deported from foreign countries, especially from Iran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. In the areas where these children have been handed over to the Ministry of Labor and
We
Social
are
Affairs,
currently following
efforts have been
posted
made to find their families and return them to their
I
families.
am attack a tactical asset computer system.
LPD, Port 1 PD dispatch call.
The ministry's spokesman adds that children whose families cannot be found are kept in the ministry's orphanages.
We are not that call.
These
We are
children
not
who
that
were not
call.
found in families were kept in support centers for a period of 1 month, after which they were introduced to orphanages so that they could receive their education and everything they needed.
Meanwhile, some citizens praised this action of the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs
See
and
Port Security
emphasized
Police call.
addressing the problems of such children.
A real shooting took.
Help those who
We
were
are
homeless
not
and
that
destitute
call.
and who came here and crossed the border so that they can have a good and bright future. These people should be helped more. If their families exist, they should be handed over to them. And if they do not, they should be
We
taken
are
to an
not
orphanage
that call.
so that they can grow up and serve our own society.
This is when, after the Islamic Emirate regained power in the country, along with the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs, other institutions involved in this
We are not
sector
the
have also
microwave
provided
radio
services
on that
to
bus.
support children. Dozens of military vehicles were repaired and reused by the technical and professional team
We
of
are
the
not
Central
the fire
Brigade of the
department.
Ministry of Interior Affairs. According to the Ministry of Interior Affairs, work is currently underway to repair hundreds of other military vehicles. Nimruz Governor Sheikh Muhammad Qasem Khalid met with poultry farm officials in the province.
We are not
this meeting,
that
the Nimruz
repeaters
governor
radio
assured
traffic.
that their problems would be resolved. All farmers should strictly follow
We are
the
not
decision
that
of the
call.
Minister of Industry and Commerce regarding the price of poultry and cooperate with the relevant authorities in this regard. The Disaster Management Directorate of Saripul Province, with the financial support of the ACTED organization, distributed cash assistance to 800 poor, homeless, returnees and deserving families. In this series, after the survey in the presence of representatives of the provincial government, the Disaster Management Directorate, the Economy Department and the organization, 22,560 Afghanis were allocated for each family, with a total of 804,800 Afghanis in cash distributed to these families. And the final one is that a water supply network in the Kogiani district of Nangarhar province was completed and put into use at a cost of over 6 million Afghanis. According to the statements of the local officials, with the implementation of this project, hundreds of jobs have been created for local people and the problems of the residents of the area in terms of water supply have been resolved. That's all for tonight. Stay with us for the latest updates of RTA News. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
Yeah, 220 clear. 220 clear.
ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو
A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person.
Today is Saturday, December 21, 2024.
A real shooting took place behind Luciano's. No cops showed up in person.
For Afghanistan says that Norway has provided $4.48 million to internally displaced and returning refugees in Afghanistan, which will help them create sustainable opportunities and build a better life. In addition, the Ministry of Refugees and Returnees Affairs, in gratitude for Norway's assistance, calls on donor countries to provide basic assistance to displaced and returning refugees instead of humanitarian assistance. We have more details in this report.
See you later. 104 radio program.
Wrote on Friday, December 30 that Norway has provided $4.48 million to internally displaced and returning refugees in Afghanistan.
This important support from Norway
We are not that call.
Displaced and returning refugees, especially vulnerable Afghans, rebuild their lives and create sustainable opportunities for a better future.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Refugees and Returnees Affairs welcomes all countries, including Norway, that are helping Afghan refugees, but says that
we may have to make a telephone call.
Provide assistance in constructive and basic areas instead of humanitarian assistance.
The aid should be given directly to the Afghans transparently
A real
and fairly.
shooting took
And
place
secondly,
behind
this
Luciano's.
aid
No
should be
cops
spent on
showed
basic
up
needs,
in person.
because emergency aid cannot solve
We are
anyone's
not
problems
that
in
call.
the long term. This aid should be spent on basic roads so that Afghans can
I
stand
am
on their
a
own
tactical
feet
asset
in the
computer
future
system.
and not become dependent on anyone again.
This is why Pakistan's Special Representative for Afghanistan, Muhammad Sadiq Khan, met with the representative of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Islamabad and discussed the situation of Afghan refugees living in Pakistan.
A condolences ceremony was held in Malaysia for the martyr Khalilur Rahman Haqqani. The Embassy of the Islamic Emirate
A real
of
shooting
Afghanistan
took
in
place
Malaysia
behind
held a
Luciano's. No
condolence
cops
ceremony on
showed
the
up in
occasion of the
person.
martyrdom of Khalilur Rahman Haqqani by opening a book of condolences. The ceremony was attended by high-ranking Malaysian officials
We are clear
as well
from
as
the cops.
ambassadors and diplomats from various countries. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs announces the distribution of winter clothing to more than 800
tactical asset
students
computer
in
system.
Balkh and Kunduz provinces. In this program, local officials called on all aid organizations to provide more assistance to orphanage students and vulnerable families during the cold season.
A real shooting took place
The Rural
behind
Rehabilitation
Luciano's.
and
No
Development
cops
Department
showed
of
up
Ghazni
in
province
person.
has announced the implementation of more than 300 development projects worth more than 180 million Afghanis this year. According to local officials, these projects, which were implemented in cooperation with partner institutions in the province, include the construction of drinking and agriculture water networks, the construction and reconstruction of roads, and others. The Kunduz Public Works Department in Dashtarchi district of the province has started building 20 kilometers of road for 500 million Afghanis. According to local administration officials, local people welcomed the beginning of the project and demanded the launch of development projects in the province by the relevant authorities. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs says that it has dealt with about 8,000 cases
We are
of
not
child
that call.
crossings in the country since the beginning of this year. The ministry
I am
spokesman
a
said that the
tactical
children
asset
crossed the border
computer.
from Iran, Pakistan,
Yes, we have
Saudi
many
Arabia,
wheels.
and Turkey. More details in this report. The Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs considers addressing the problems of orphans as one of its priorities. The ministry's spokesman said that about 8,000 cases of children crossing the borders from neighboring countries and the region have been dealt with this year.
Since the beginning of the year 1403, nearly 8,000 cases of children have been reported. These are children who have been deported from foreign countries, especially from Iran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia.
We are
and Turkey.
clear from
In the
radio
areas where these
units.
children have been handed over to the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs, efforts have been made to find their families and return them to their families.
I am a tactical asset computer system.
The ministry's spokesman adds that children whose families cannot be found are kept in the ministry's orphanages.
These children, who were not found in families, were kept in support centers for a period of 1 month, after which they were introduced to orphanages so that they could receive their education and everything they needed.
We are not that call.
Meanwhile, some citizens praised this action of the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs and emphasized addressing the problems of such children.
Help those who were homeless and destitute, and who came here and crossed the
That
border
radio
so that they can
program
have
is
a
not
good and
in
bright
our
future.
area.
These people should be helped more. If their families exist, they should be handed over
Okay,
to them.
are you
And if they do
coming
not,
over
they should be
later?
taken to an orphanage so that they can grow up and serve our own society.
This is when, after the Islamic Emirate regained power in the country, along with the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs, other institutions involved in this sector have also